What happened? Sorry. Damn. Doing too much. All right. All right, we good. Are we live? Are we still live? Damn. I don't know what happened. Hopefully y'all continue to jump back in. I lost my signal there for a second. Um, but yeah, literally, this is a moment for me to just say thank you all to everybody who's been supporting. I just want to be able to help more and more as much as I can. So, um, yeah, I really don't know what just happened there. It's like everything just completely reset for your boy. It's okay. That's part of this. Okay, there we go. All right, back at it. Okay. All right. Thank you. All right, we good? We good? Sorry about that, y'all. Laverne Sargent, we live. Okay, yes, Knight Rider. Yo. Okay, we back. We back. Okay, all right. I don't know what happened. I'm gonna stop moving around so much. But yo, yeah, like I said before on my previous live, I don't know if they're gonna combine these lives or just be two separate lives. I don't know. I mean, my biggest thing is to be able to serve you guys and help you out more. And sometimes just come up here randomly and say thank you and show my gratitude because, like I said, there's so much of us just trying to focus on us, trying to focus on, what we need and what we want in life, and not thinking about how we can help and serve others more. And that's really what the basic of YouTube is. It's just to be able to find solutions and education for the problems that you have in your life, whether it's from a technical perspective or a spiritual. It doesn't matter. YouTube has it all. And man, I'm gonna keep answering these questions. All right, so okay, so in it, the last question was, will I be getting any of these new Macs? And I have not pre-ordered nor ordered one. And what I was trying to say is, I watched the live the other day, and I was blown away by what the new Macs are capable of doing. And I'm thinking, like, man, I still have this 2021 iPad Pro, and it's fully spec'd out. It's got the 16 gigabytes of RAM. And for my use case, I don't even see the power that's being shown for the iPad, let alone try to figure out what power would I need for a Mac, since I've specifically been basing my production and my whole branding from an iOS, iPad OS perspective. So no, I haven't really no need to buy one. I might check one out, but honestly, my workflow has not been on the Mac for years now. The only real reason I use a Mac, which is what I'm showing you right now, using this Mac Mini M1, is to be able to live stream. And Brant Collins, what's going on? Let me keep going down this thing. Okay, Mr. Camera Junkie, yes, we are back. Man, Robius is asking, how do you stay, two questions. How do you stay consistent, and how do you focus on your creativity in tough times? Man, I think you got to practice consistency in everything that you do, everything that you want out of your life. For me, there are times where I feel like I'm out of rhythm, where I'm not doing exactly what I need to do. And what are the things that I've really grown to figure out about my life is the more that I let go, right? The more that I stop worrying about what it is that is supposed to be happening in my life, and just take things day by day and realize that, every day is a new day to say, the past was the past. I can become a better person today, right? I can do more today. I can be focused more on what I want to do today, and not so get caught up in the past. You can literally wipe that go. That's never going to happen again, and say, you know what, today's a new day. So part of my journey has been trying to keep things consistent in my life, is with whether it's health, right? I do a walk every day, and I meditate and I think and I pray, or I try to keep some similar rituals in my life, whether it's the morning ritual or the evening ritual, something that keeps me in rhythm with my life. But the biggest thing is just letting go. And then the second thing is, how do I stay focused on creativity in tough times? And the biggest thing, when you're finding that rut, right? When you're finding that situation or that element in your day, or in a week where you're just not feeling it, just let it go. I mean, honestly, what is it really going to hurt if you just say, you know what? I ain't got it today. You know what? Maybe I just need to chill out and reflect, or find something else to be creative with. You can be creative in a million different ways, right? But, just knowing that you can go and let go and stop trying to force it, you'll realize things will naturally come your way. and it's easier said than done. But I've been practicing this over the last almost 2 months, and my life has been going crazy right now. So, yo, man, okay, for all of those, Carlos Gomez, what's up, buddy? He ordered the 16 M1, 64 gig, 4 terabyte. He's going big. Leah Managon is asking, are you going to be developing any more music apps? And the answer is yes. I can't speak on specifically what's happening, but there are some apps in the works, the apps that are being brainstorming, and it might not be fully music creative, but super creative music related, but it might also be music education and things of that sort. So be on the lookout, because me and my business partner, Kennard Garrett, we got some really, really dope things coming soon. Thank you, Roby from Spellman Grass, Spellhouse. Love, all love to you as well. Hope you're doing well. Hope you're staying safe out here in this world. Man. Yo, Brandon Rico, what's up, buddy? Hey, listen, we were just texting, that made me think about, sometimes just giving back. Me and my man, Brandon Rico, we've been talking back and forth just about giving back to people more than we are doing for ourselves. And I'm telling you, the more that you try to push your energy in a positive way, in a creative way, to help others, man, it just really comes back full circle. David Hunt, what's going on, man? Brando, thank you for showing up and supporting. Enrique Nogales, I'm continuously sorry if I mess up these names. I've always used an iPad to edit my videos. Awesome. Yeah, I have not stopped using an iPad to edit my videos, using the iPad for music production. And man, so we'll have to keep moving that way. Oh, Mohammed is asking, do you have any information on multicam and scopes? I believe that's what he's saying in the new update. No, I know LumaFusion is still working hard at that, and I believe that I know that they said that's going to be an additional pack added soon. So I have no update, but I have not actually asked for an update either. So I know I'm on their beta program, but I've been using their latest update that's available for everybody on my Macs. So yeah, man. Adam, hey man, thank you, man. Hey, listen, it just came over my spirit to just, come and say what's up. Because, there are so many things in life that we take for granted. And being on YouTube, I think we can really start to take for granted the people who show up, that count to those numbers, that subscriber count, all the things that you think is going to make things even better. But I promise you, it's about trying to help one person at a time as best as you can. Because, the more you get caught up in the numbers, the more you get caught up in the analytics, you're really just going to be more caught up in how can it be about me? How can it be for me? How can I make my life better versus how can I make somebody else's life better? That's why I came on today. Keys Collab, I've been trying to start up a production class as music therapy for foster kids, but my state requires I have a degree in the health field. Any suggestions on a workaround? So Keys Collab, I would say that, if you have that in your spirit, right, to think of a production class for music therapy for foster kids, right? There's two things here, right? Is there a way that maybe you can partner with somebody who already has a degree in that health field? Because sometimes when we get an idea or something in our spirit, right, that's telling us to do something, a lot of us is sometimes trying to deflect people's ideas or people's collaborative experiences to help us. But what I've really come to realize is we all need partners. We all need partnerships. We all need people to help us out. So one way would be to try to maybe find somebody who maybe has that that degree in the health field, and then you can guys partner up with maybe your creative ideas, and they might have the experience, and then you can go about it with no hiccups. The other way would be trying to figure out if maybe there's somebody or some company or some entity who has maybe a grant where maybe you can start small, right, and start to figure out how to do this virtually. and maybe the grant can help foster kids get devices, or maybe Chromebooks or something, to be able to view the content that maybe you can put up on something like a YouTube or a Skillshare, or maybe on your own website, to be able to go out there and do it virtually. So maybe you try it virtually, or maybe you find a partnership. Either way, I think you can do both and do some really, really cool things. So that's my ideas for that, my brother. Yes, sir. David Hunt, thank you as well. Okay, so LumaTouch, Bad Karma saying that LumaTouch is offering their classes. So if you are in the need to try out some of LumaFusion's learning how to edit video on on their platforms, they have some classes now. And man, Anthony Dower, hey, greetings from Atlanta to DC. Man. So my man Tommy Marshall saying he's using the 5th generation Pro with Beatmaker 3. Get into it early. I love it. Yeah, so Brant Collins is also saying he's got the iPad Pro M1 maxed out, and it's no MacBook for him as well. So I'm in the same boat. I just don't feel like I need that at the time, and I mean, there's always going to be some really new, dope, exciting things that are happening in the world of technology. And the biggest thing is, how much would it benefit our workflow? Like, do you really need that much power? Like, I look at this iPad mini that I have, and I really, really am enjoying it, being a lot more mobile these days. And I realized, man, I can still do 95% of the stuff that I wanted to do on my big iPad Pro here, that on here. And this is just, with 4 gigabytes of RAM and an A15 chip. So, yes, this is still one of the latest and greatest. But if you look at it from a price perspective, against something like these M1 maxed out iPad Pros, and knowing that you can still do just the same amount of work and get the same amount of work done in a considerable same amount of time, I don't know, man. It just comes to a point where it's like, yo, how much power do you really need? And so, I'm a shout out to Patrick Tomaso, on his opening thoughts about the spec, the new Macs, and saying maybe try out, if you're thinking about that, maybe try out the basic model, the 14 or the 16 inch, and see how far that can take you. You got 2 weeks to try it out and see if it's worth it. And then if you really need more, if it's really glitching, if it's really, unless you're really thinking like you have some big extreme workflow and you need these Macs for extreme amount of power. I don't know. Hey, so Love Deluxe. Yes, it's always better to give, and I'm truly living by that. Man, listen, I don't know. Hey, my man, Varshetta Lover. Yes, the 25th of December, boy, you're the Jesus of Muse. Hey, man, listen, I'm just trying to help people, man. Maybe it is because my birthday is Christmas Eve. I don't know, but I'm feeling really, really good about giving these days. And man, it's been great to make this shift in my mind state. So yeah, man. Oh man, Brant Collins with the super sticker. Yes, sir. Thank you so much, man. I'm really trying my best to support and encourage everybody out there, and just know that think about what you have, think about what you're trying to do, and how you can help others with what you got. It took a long time for me to get to where I'm at, and listen, we just got to keep growing. But like I said before, today's a new day. Today's a day that we can let go of all the things that we've done and been through and have had done to us in the past. Yes, like I said, it's harder said than done. But at the end of it, that every day that you got is a blessing. Every day that you got is something to be grateful for. So, I mean, you might as well try a little bit every day, whether it's focusing on your mental health, focusing on your physical health, focusing on your brand, focusing on how you can give, focusing on how you can spread joy to somebody, man. I did this thing that we talked about in my Patreon last week. We had a really great meeting. We do a weekly chat on Fridays where we just come in on Zoom and we build relationship and build community. But we talked about just getting over our roadblocks. And one of my biggest roadblocks was, my ability, to not be so introverted. And It doesn't seem like I'm that introverted now, but if you met me 6, 7 years ago, I was a completely different guy. I didn't like talking to people. I didn't like small talk. I didn't like a lot of things. And man, I just shied away from being any type of small communication, any type of small interaction. But if I was on stage and I just saw thousands of people, I was okay. Maybe that's why I'm okay with this situation here, where I'm just speaking to a lens and a microphone. But I'll tell you, every day, we talked about, like, what are 5 things that you can do every day to maybe show or maybe help 5 people every day to spread joy to them. And during my daily walks, I try to wave to everybody, whether they're walking their dogs or walking or in a car. And I don't know why this is random and why I'm telling everybody this, but I'm telling you, like, the small practices of things to try to help bring joy in the world is going to it's going to be reciprocated to you in ways that you cannot even think about. So I go on a walk. I do a 5K walk nowadays every day, and I walk and I wave to everybody, any car, whatever. And it's random. I don't even care if they're looking at me or not. But I promise you, my intent is to let them know that I hope they're doing well and I hope they have a good day. And you don't know how much that might help somebody when they woke up on the wrong side of the bed. So, let me keep going. Yo, Matthew Jameson, he was like, yo, can I get some session work adding bass and guitar for people? Definitely want to get in the door. So listen, Matthew Jameson, you already know, bro, I love your bass work. Let's definitely figure out how we can make that happen. And for anybody that is here in the Atlanta area and you need some bass work, holla at my man, Matthew Jameson. He is dope. He's got some sound packs for bass. He's got some content out there that you can watch and, check him out and see what's up. But yo, bro, hit me up and let's figure out how we can make that happen. Let me keep going. Yes, the key is to collaborate. Man. Hey, ask Sheriff. Sorry. Hey, blessings to you. Lucio Calvimonte. Sorry. Good morning. Wade sold me on the mini and just maxed one out. Yo, I'm really loving the mini. This is awesome. Camera Junkie, thank you, man. King Lifetail, appreciate you. Yeah. Hey, Christmas love to Robia. Right on, shout it. Okay, Lewis, we back. You already know, man. This is my guy. Listen, hey, if you ever want to meet a really positive individual, my man Lewis, he's been a strong supporter of me for years. He's part of my Patreon community, and I call him a friend. We've been going back and forth and sharing our life experiences over the last 26, 27 weeks on Patreon. And I mean, I promise you, that dude is a ball of positive energy. So if you ever need some love and joy, go check out his channel. Go check out what he's about and show him some love. Because, man, when you see people who just have that spirit of gratitude, have that spirit of generosity, you got to show them love as well. So, Lewis, what it do, bro? Bolo, the producer, my man. Yo, always check. Listen, and also if you want to check out more people, that's in the music production community is doing great things. Bolo, the producer, yo, he's amazing. He's talented. He's successful. And if you haven't checked him out, please go check my brother out because he's doing dope things. Oh, man. Jackie, yo, yes, kindness matters at all times. Man, let me keep going. Yo, Cap. So listen, Cap is my one of my good friends. He's been an engineer friend of mine forever. If you're in the Atlanta area and you need some engineering needs, check out my man Cap. He's somebody that I truly trust with my music. He's mixed a lot of my music. He's recorded a lot of my music. So if you're in the Atlanta area or you need somebody who is trying to, help you out, get that crispy audio, as he's talking about my crispy video, check out my man Cap. Daniel, respect from Taiwan. Thank you, man. Credit Dave is asking, will I do an Ecamm update video? You know what? I probably should tell people a little bit about these updates that's coming on with Ecamm Live. That is the app that I'm using to go live, and how I can read your comments and everything like that. Yo, I should probably do that. They're coming out with some really, really dope ways for you to step up your branding, step up the way that have your Ecamm Live feed look, the profiles, everything. So definitely check them out if you haven't, Ecamm Live. All of my videos that you have been seeing over the last couple of months and all the lives that I'm doing it's been ran through, whether it's been recorded or it's been live, it's been through Ecamm. And shout out to Ecamm Live. Matthew Kremet, hey man, from France. Hey, good to see you. Omar Aguila, best way to record vocals for a rapper on the iPad. Let's see. I would probably use Cubasis 3. And if you can afford it, just get the upgraded Waves bundle. Because I have some really good presets for vocal chains and things of that nature. And, if you can bring in a 2-track, whatever type of audio that you can bring in, and then you can use something like the Apogee Hype mic or, using any of these MIDI interfaces. There's a ton of great devices that you can hook up to your iPad to record great quality vocals. And so whether you're using something like the Audient ID4, which I'm using, or the Evo brands from Audient, I can definitely recommend those. And they, work well on a budget. And get something like a Shure SM58 and just work on trying to get a good quality vocal chain through your iPad using Cubasis 3. That's how I would record somebody doing that. And so, Omar, that would be my way. And try it out and let me know how it works. All right, so King Life Tales asking, hey, I want to continue making professional videos, but I've used everything YouTube Audio Library has to offer. Any advice on collaboration, royalty-free music? So I know that, it can be tough, right? As far as like, what type of music do you need in the background? How could I make my audio a little bit more professional? I'll tell you this. Don't be afraid to use things more than once, right? If you've used all of the YouTube Audio Library stuff, just really search for, royalty-free music out there. I know Looperman.com, they have royalty-free loops. And, sometimes maybe you just need the loop, right? And you can take it in something like LumaFusion and just spread that loop out, right? Usually it's a perfect loop, whether it's 4, 8, 16 bars, and you can just literally copy it one from the other. And if you go to Looperman.com and you sign up, register, and sign their little disclaimer, you should be able to just get some free loops that you can use in a peripheral of different, I didn't say peripheral, a long list, thank you, of genres and things like that. So yeah, try something like that, and maybe you can just, use that. I've done that millions of times in videos where I just used a loop and just spread that out while I was doing B-roll or I was talking, whatever. Maybe that can help you out, but don't be afraid to use that audio more than once, because it's there, it's free. And if you don't want to pay a subscription to somebody like Epidemic Sound or Music Bed or whoever, try something like that out. Yeah. Hey, Lewis, you already know, brother. It's all love. Oh, man. I love seeing positive black man in this technology. Thank you, Ira. I appreciate you, man. Listen, I'm really trying to make sure that, there's a lot of diversity and inclusion and equity in, the things that we talk about these days, because I think we all can talk about similar things. And, we all are, we have similar things. And I think we need to be able to be, diverse and showing equity and inclusion in all the things on YouTube. So I appreciate you, bro. Yeah, I'm gonna keep going. I gotta scroll down because, man, these comments coming in crazy. Vietnamese Tech just joined. Respect for Finland. Good to see you. Marcus Manderson, my guy. Listen, if you want to learn a little bit about the apps, what's going on, Marcus Manderson has been he's been supporting me, and I've been supporting him. It's the fingers on everything that he does, and he's just released a few packs out there. Check out my man, the fingers, Marcus Manderson. He's a dope individual and a dope producer. Yes, Adrenaline Beats. I love Aria with the Fab Filter Suite. Yes, another way for you to record vocals would be Aria or Aria Pro, and they have a Fab Filter suite. Now, it's a little bit more expensive than Cubasis 3 with the Waves bundle, but those Fab Filter plugins are pretty incredible. Gamion, I love how you make your videos look. Thank you. It's taken a long time, and I'll be honest with you. This is probably one of the first times that I've used a same camera and lens setup for a very extended amount of time. You're looking at the Sony A7C with the 20 millimeter 1.8 lens. So this is, it's kind of costly. It's about, I would say, $3,000 setup there, but it really, really does well. The quality is great. And, I have a light coming here and I got my mic there. So thank you, man. Yeah, so I know people are still asking thoughts about the Apple M1 Pro and the Max. And like I said before, earlier in this chat, I think that, everything that Apple is doing is just blowing everybody's minds right now, the type of capabilities that you can do on these Macs. And, I think they're really betting for the future with bigger quality and bigger size files, right? We're talking these 8K files, 6K files, in video editing, big renders, more coding, people who really want to step the technology up. And for something like myself, like I said before, given the fact that I have this iPad Pro maxed out with 16 gigabytes of RAM and all of that, I still haven't seen the power that this thing can really do. So I think that Apple's really betting on the future. And, if you are in the market to buy something that capable, then go ahead and do it. I just don't think that I need it at any time right now. It's just not part of my workflow. And this M1 Mac Mini that I have and I've been using to go live, to do video recording, all of this has been working pretty flawlessly, besides the little buggy Bluetooth support, where it kind of gets, the Bluetooth kind of gets a little stuck here now and again. Other than that, man, it's been pretty seamless. All right, so man, so my man Lewis is asking, what's the verdict? Hitting the new toys worth it? 13 Pro, the Mini, cinematic mode, something you can't live without. Man, I'll be honest. I really love tech, and so I'm gonna always, upgrade things. So, this 13 Pro, it's been awesome. The camera updates have been very outstanding. I've been letting go of using my Fuji X100V. I have a Ricoh GR3. I have a lot of small cameras that I would take with me, put it in a bag. But the quality that I've been able to get just from my phone off of cinematic mode and videos, the regular videos, and the pictures, even from portrait mode and things like that, it's really, really good for everything that I needed to do, specifically capturing moments with the family or, doing small content for content creation. So I'm really enjoying my 13 Pro. My iPad Mini 6, I'm really enjoying the size again. And I take this with me. I think that the fact that I don't have my X100V in my sling bag anymore, or my Ricoh GR3, gives me enough room to fit something like this iPad Mini 6 in that sling. And so if I'm ever, in the need to do things that I can only do on an iPad, I can do 95% of what I want to do on my iPad Pro on this. And so that's what makes it so extremely capable. And these two things are really, really great. Now, can I live without them? Very much so. But they are awesome updates. And I appreciate, all the new tech that's going on with Apple and everything else like that. So, yeah. All right, Leah Monaghan, is there a way to use auto-tune on a whole group of singers live? I wouldn't do that, just because let me be honest. I don't know how far auto-tune's technology has gone. If anybody's in the comments, I don't know, maybe you've already answered this and I'm late. My bad. But I would always recommend doing a auto-tune one vocal at a time to make sure that you're getting it correct. Unless, your choir, your chorus, whatever you're doing, is really on point with pitch. So it's really, or unless you really want it to sound robotic. I don't know. But there's some engineers in the chat. please holler at somebody like my man Cap or anybody else on there. Maybe they can help you out in the chat. Man, yeah. So, all right. Robert Job, sorry. Love your show and content that you provide. Keep up the good work. Thank you so much, sir. And nothing but gratitude for showing up for me. I appreciate you. Great. Get Hype Media. Henny, the stream looks really sharp. What cameras are you using? So like I said before, it's the Sony A7C and the 20 millimeter 1.8 lens. Nothing has really changed from the way that I've been doing it. I don't know if Ecamm Live has made it better, but hey, I'll appreciate that. Terrence Mosley, peace and love to you as well. Cream 30, what's going on? Wes Kriesel photo looks like Fuji colors, is it? No, it's really Sony camera standard profile. I haven't really tweaked anything on this. John Letson, there has been no update that I know of from Beatmaker 3 coming soon. I would really like that. Even the little things like keyboard, Magic Keyboard support would be awesome to be able to at least, stop and play with, just doing little shortcuts with my keyboard. I would really, really hope that Beatmaker 3 can come out with an update soon. Man, yeah. So let me keep going down here. Sorry. Yeah. Hey, Greg Hernandez, good to see you, my man. Nate Dixon, what's going on? Daniel O, what's up? Doji, what's up? Hey, Doji, he's also part of the Patreon squad. He's asking, just want to get your thoughts. Apple backtrack on the touch bar, MagSafe, and added back the ports. Pro creators needed stuff like that. Also, SD card and headphone jack on iPad Pro. Missing that. Yeah, so I think that, if you look at what Apple has done, I like the fact that they said, yeah, we made some mistakes. Or we thought something would be better or more beneficial than it actually was regarding like the touch bar and things like that. And they say, you know what, we're going to listen to you and we're going to bring back the things that you need for our professionals. So I really enjoy the fact that they're taking that mind state and saying, listen, we need to give you what you need. And so they're really listening to people like us who need professional things, professional devices, and professional ports, right? So the fact that the new MacBook has the HDMI port, SD card, the headphone jack, as well as Thunderbolt, and MagSafe, it's awesome, right? I know, what are they going to do for these iPads? I don't know, but I'm just waiting on the professional software from Apple. Give us Logic, give us Final Cut Pro, show us in a creative way how that can happen on these touch devices, because some of us have gotten to that place where we just do everything with the iPad, and we want to stick with that. Now, I have been seeing some rumors, right? So one of the biggest reasons I don't use my iPad for live streaming is the fact that I want to use a camera like this. I want to use a microphone like this to be able to do my live streams. And so I've seen that, potentially Sony coming with the rumor of the A7 IV. I think they're going to be announcing that tomorrow, has the ability to live stream to live stream directly from the camera. Now, I don't know how they're going to do that. I don't know what type of battery life that's going to suck up, or if it needs to be tethered to a wall or some type of, charging brick or something. But if you can do something like that and then still get the feed coming directly from like, an iPad or a phone or something like that, man, that's going to be game changing. So I don't know. David Hunt's asking, I meant to ask, what is the keyboard you use for music production? It's right here. It is the X Key 37. It isn't the X Key Air, because the regular X Keys have this right here where you can plug in a sustain little adapter so you can put a sustain pedal. So this is the keyboard that I've been using for years. I have a few of them now. They do have issues sometimes where the key, they're thin. So some of mine have broke, but I put it to good use. It's about 170, 199 bucks, something like that. Well worth it. I've bought it a few times. Yes, sir. Monica Macias, thank you. Sorry if I mispronounced the name. Man, lighting and camera always top shelf. Appreciate that, Greg. My man Cap said if you're running a DAW like Logic or Pro Tools going to your live broadcast, then you can use all your plugins for processing, such as Auto Tune. So yeah, listen to Cap as it relates to Auto Tune. Man, JCU, what's up, man? Listen, this dude, man, I appreciate you, fam. Like, he's been supporting me forever, showing love, always showing up with the comments, and I just want to say I appreciate you, man. Thank you. Yo, Henny, what's the 5% of the mini that your pro can't do? And really, honestly, it's the Thunderbolt port for going back and forth on files. I think that's the biggest thing that I've really seen. And that's just the faster speeds of getting files off my device and onto my device. That really helps. But it's not like it can't do it. It just doesn't do it as fast, right? And then the other thing is with my iPad mini, I don't have a keyboard for it, and nor do I want the keyboard. I use a pencil to take the notes and stuff like that. And then from there, I do some other things as far as like using my thumbs and other things like that. So, from the standpoint of using it like more of a laptop, I definitely would recommend the iPad Pro. But the iPad Mini, man, it's really been holding strong, and I've been putting it through its paces because I bring it everywhere with me. I don't always like to bring a backpack, and I don't always like to bring, a big, heavy, I don't even say super heavy, but a bigger and heavier device like this iPad Pro with the Magic Keyboard. Yeah. Let's keep going. Brian Tate, what's going on, man? He's another supporter that's been showing me love forever. Appreciate you, fam. Have you checked out the Sensei Morph MIDI controller? It's great for Beatmaker 3. Yes, I have checked it out. They have sent it to me. And to be honest, full transparency, I sent it back to them. It just didn't work for me. And there have been a lot of, products that people want to send, things that people ask for me to review. And I'd rather take the stance of saying, you know what, let me go ahead and send this back versus giving a review that I can't rave about. And it's not to say that I don't want to be, give people the real experience, but I'm just talking from my experience. It just didn't work for me because I like not having to have so many extra devices and situations when I'm using these portable situations like iPads. Like, I like using the screen for touch, right? The only thing I really want, or really need is a keyboard, right? For me to be able to play. Doing the pads on the screen has never bothered me. So, Sensei Morph, I know a lot of people love it. It just wasn't for me. Turtles asks, hey, Henny, do you got any new music? Oh, I do. Now, is it coming out? It's coming out soon. I always say that. I don't know when I'm going to release new music. I do have a lot of projects on the way. A lot of the music that I work on behind the scenes is for projects that I'm working on. So, hey, I promise I will try to get some music that is instrumental or whatever out in the future. I just don't know when. I got to be real, but I know I need to do that. Yeah, so... yeah, everybody's looking for that headphone jack on the iPad Pro. I don't know. The headphone jack doesn't really bother me as much as far as not having it anymore, because I like using, getting better sound quality, digital to analog conversion to when I'm listening back to my stuff. And if I'm not listening to it in a space where I need low latency and I need to be able to hear it, all the wireless devices work just well, whether it's my AirPods Pro or my AirPods Max, or even like these Shure Aonic 50s. All of those work just as well for me. But when it's creation mode, I want to hear it good and clean. I want to run it through either an audio interface or, a USB Type-C to 3.5 millimeter DAC. So, yeah. Man, but dongle life is going to be a part of certain things, right? It's just, if you want something small and lightweight, you're going to have to deal with the dongle if you want the extra ports. But I feel you. I feel y'all. I hear y'all. And I don't use Bluetooth headphones to produce. I don't. I always wire them to make sure there's no latency. Mind your business. Bro, appreciate all that you're doing, setting the bar really high for people like myself. Keep inspiring me, bro. Thank you. And I appreciate you as well. Let's keep going. Let's keep working towards just doing more and giving more to others. That's why I came on today. It's just to say thank you all. I appreciate y'all. I don't want to see you all as numbers as part of my subscriber count, but as actual people that support me. And that is something that I think a lot of us all need to get back to when it comes to YouTube. It's just understanding that there are other people on the other side of this camera, on the other side of this microphone that are supporting you. So you might as well take time out and appreciate them. All right, let's keep going. I'm looking, everybody's going crazy in the comments, and I appreciate all the community that's being built, even in the comment section. Let's see here. Ivan Tan is asking, hey, Henny, love the show. How's the iPad mini battery holding up? Can you get used to 60 hertz refresh rate coming from an iPad Pro yourself? Yes. So the battery life, I definitely have to charge it. I consume a lot of content on this thing now, right? So if I'm watching, videos or movies, TV shows, whatever, and I'm doing a lot of, social media, browsing, Twitter, whatever, emails, or even some music production, things like that, it's going to drain this battery. It's not as big as this iPad Pro, but it gets through a day. I mean, honestly, and that's more that I could ask. I charge all my devices at night, regardless. And so when it comes to battery life, it's definitely not as powerful as my iPad Pro as it relates to the 60 hertz versus 120 hertz. Honestly, it hasn't been a big difference to me. And that's just for my use case, because, when I'm watching videos and stuff like that, it's going to go down to 24, frames, 24 hertz or whatever. And so the refresh rate, and depending on your apps and the way that you're using it, for me, it doesn't make that big of a difference. So hopefully that helped a little bit. Nate Dixon, smash that like, folks. Hey, I appreciate you. Hey, listen, I want to smash the like button to y'all, and let me give y'all an applause one time. Hopefully y'all can hear that. Let me give y'all the air horns one time, because y'all show up for me. This isn't, it's honestly not something that I'm trying to get more likes and subscribers. I think what happened was I hit the, I talked a little bit about this on my Patreon channel. I hit the, 100,000 subscriber mark. And a lot of us, that is the first huge goal for all of us, right? It's right there up on the wall, and, came, and I was hyped and excited, and I felt accomplished. But there was something over me that said, okay, so you got all of that. You got 100,000 people that subscribe to you and tune into you and support you. Now, how do you support them? And how do you help them? And so I started focusing a little bit more on how I could help in other ways, and how I could just come to y'all live more versus just giving you a sexy review or something that looks really dope. I don't know. I got to the place where I was like, there's got to be more to this, because I've had, extremely successful things happen in my life. And I attribute that to just believing that it was possible. I think that is the biggest thing that people that don't get, is the fact that you really just got to believe that it can happen. I knew that was going to happen. And I knew a lot of things that in my life was going to happen. Did I know when? No, I think I was trying to force it to happen sooner than it was supposed to happen. We force things too much, right? We try to bend things to our will. That's why, last week I posted on my Instagram, like, just do the work and don't try to force the results, right? Like, let's go back to the idea of just getting down and doing the work. And big things will happen. And the more that you focus on giving, the more that you will get. So once I got that plaque, I'm like, all right, now we got to do a lot more giving. So I started focusing on my Patreon channel and those in my Patreon chat. As we started to build more relationship, because I didn't start my Patreon channel until I crossed over that 100,000 subscriber mark. And it's been a blessing. And not just because they're investing in me, because we're investing in each other and building community. But I'll tell you, man, like, coming back down to it, a lot of it is just based off of doing good in the world. So I don't know, I appreciate the likes, I appreciate the subscribes, I appreciate everything, but I got to figure out how I can help even more and serve y'all even better. So that's why I'm doing more of these lives, because now I can actually hear from you and you can get my live perspective versus me making a just a smoothed over, well polished video, and trying my best to get back to the comments right then and there after the video's dropped. So, man, all right, my bad. All right, so Adrenaline B said, "What is the last piece of tech you acquired?" It would be this, the iPad Mini 6. This is the last piece of tech I acquired. Yeah, so, and I've gotten to the place where I'm like, yo, I need to find what really works for me, because I love the tech, right? I love everything going on, but at the same time, I just don't. I don't know. I can get caught up just like everybody else. That's the next latest thing. I gotta get it, and I gotta really stop and think to myself, why do I need this? And even being a tech reviewer, when you don't have a lot of subscribers, right? A lot of us feel like we need to go out and purchase something so that we can talk about it, and we're forcing debt on our hands, and we're forcing situations where it's really not benefiting the growth of our channels and the things of that nature. Just talk about what you can, and know that in due time you'll be able to talk about more. So yeah, I've been on this whole journey of just letting go a little bit more. So this is the last piece of tech I acquired, iPad Mini 6. Truly enjoying it. Hey man, thank you, Doji. He's like, I just want to say, being a part of Henny's mentor group has been great. He's been really genuine and really just wants us all to succeed. Hey, I truly do. I truly do. And hey, what can I say? I mean, the more that you give to others, the more that you'll get back. I promise, it's real. It is real. But you got to believe that it's possible for the things in your life to happen. So, Drew Sherrod, sorry. Hey, Henny, do you mix your projects that you produce? Not all the time. A lot of projects and records that I've done, I've had a lot of engineers, but my man Cap, he's mixed a lot of them. He's in the chat, and he does a great job. So, yeah. Let me keep going down. Callyville is a businessman. Listen, I'm just trying to be out here for y'all, man, showing love. You know. Sexy review. Yeah. Hey, man, the fitness vlog. Hey, my fitness vlogs would be very simple. I'd just be walking and meditating. But I promise you, I got to this thing now where I walk, and I would tell y'all, listen, if you could find some, if you can afford it, get some noise cancellation headphones, right? I don't care what they are, AirPods Pro or whatever. It could be something a lot cheaper than that, but find something that can drown out the noise, right? And if you are just trying to figure out how to get on a fitness journey, just start trying to walk. Put on play like ocean sounds or river sounds or something, and make sure the noise cancellation's on, and just let your mind go. But think of things in a positive way. This is what I've been doing recently. I've just been walking and not necessarily talking to God, but letting my spirit just open up. And the things that's frustrating me, just throwing it out. Like, it's fine. It's not a problem. Let it go. Right? The things that I'm anxious about, that I'm thinking about, just let it go. It's all good. It's going to happen when it's supposed to happen. Just really getting into my head of focusing on the positive, and thinking that's where I came up with this idea this afternoon. Was just like, all right, well, just go live. Just what would it hurt? What would it hurt to just go live? No caption, no title, no thumbnail, no nothing. Just go live. So I did. And that's why I'm here. And I appreciate all y'all showing up for me. You never know. You never know who you can help. You never know what can happen. But this right now, the space that I'm in, the mind state I'm going through, boy, I'm telling you, I feel a completely new sense of gratitude and joy. And it's just because I'm letting go a lot, and I'm trying to give a lot more of myself. So, yeah, that was that. Man, you've definitely been an instrumental for my success. The lives are a great addition. Thank you, Don Birch. I appreciate you, fam. Thank you so much. Frozone Music, what's going on? Oh, man, can we get a House Mark II, Nino Beats? Okay, so listen, if we were to get a House Mark II, what would that look like? What would y'all be looking for with that? If there's ways that we can update that, let us know. I know me and the good people over there at Audio Kit Pro, we could try to stir some stuff up. Yeah, so that's that. We'll have to figure that out. Lewis is saying, wouldn't have met the best people like-minded, also more people of color like me if it wasn't for the Patreon. Sometimes being a Black creator gets lonely. Yeah, I can speak on that, and a lot of times, as an African-American content creator, we do feel like sometimes that our voice isn't heard as much as others, and it's frustrating. Specifically if we're not talking about things, like education, entertainment and music and comedy and, other things that a lot of us, we entertain a lot. And if we're talking about tech or whatever, seems to not get as much attention. But that's why we got to keep going. We got to keep fighting a fight to just try to be inclusive, just try to do our thing. But the biggest thing is you can still help and affect those around you and those that look like you and those who feel like you, and give them a motivation to keep going, because that's all it takes. There's too many of us who just want to give up because we're trying to compete and compare, when really all you got to do is think about how can I affect and change and help one person today. Who cares if it's 1 million people following you or 1 million subscribers? If you could help one person versus having 1 million people watch you and not affect one, what would you rather do? So is it about you or is it about how much you can give to others? And the more that you do that, the more you realize life is a lot easier to live every day when you don't focus on yourself. So I don't know, man. Man, I'm just feeling it right now. I'm feeling it, y'all. I'm sorry. Pastor Henny's in the building today. Sorry. Frozen, play silent beat making videos on your walk. Ah, man. Hey, I've done that a few times. You know what I mean? But yeah. So man, yeah. There's a lot that we can let go of. You know what I mean? Man, there's a lot that we can let go of. And it's hard. It's hard to be like, yo, how am I going to do this? How am I going to figure this out? What am I going to do? When is it going to happen? What does it matter? Just keep doing it. Just keep going. And we get on these social platforms and it becomes toxic because you're like, damn, I see all these boys winning, but you didn't start the same time they started. You know what I mean? You weren't born the same time they were born. There's so many other things that you don't have that they have, or you have that they don't have. It's always going to be that type of competition and things like that. So the more that we try to compete and look at others and figure out, damn, how did they get that? Or how did they come up with that? Or whatever. It just fuels the need to think about me. Let it go. Just let it go. Yeah. Let it, as much as you can. And it takes practice. That's why I do this daily. That's why I do my walks and my meditation. I do it daily, because it's a muscle. Just like trying to get out of my being introverted. It was a way that I had to focus. I had to try to do this for a long time. It's been 5-6 years, and I've gotten a lot better. So, man, I just wanted to come and, yeah. And Nate Dixon, he says it clear as day. There is an audience for what you have to give. If that isn't the message for today, there is an audience for what you have to give. There always will be. There's more out there like you than you think. And don't be so worried that it's not 1 million, 5 million, 100,000, 20,000, wherever you're at, 1,000 people yet. Just keep doing what you do the best that you can, and try to find the joy in it and the gratitude in it, and keep pushing. And so I don't know, man. Hey, Nick H is like, you finna have a show, and I'm with it. Count me in. Tech with Henny. Hey, listen, I receive it all, because I know that more is coming my way, man. There's so much happening, because I just started to learn how to let go and just appreciate the moment, appreciate the day. I've been listening to a lot of Wayne Dyer and Alan Watts and, a lot of, things on spirituality and focusing more on your spirit than your mind, and understanding, the difference between the beliefs and the things that you were taught versus the knowledge and the things that you've experienced. focus so much more on the things that you've experienced and the things that you know to be true in your life versus the things that you were taught that you haven't even seen in your life yet. You know, people will tell you, oh, this is going to happen. You can't do this because you do that, or you'll never be this, or you'll never be that. That's all based off somebody else's beliefs, somebody else's situation. What you got is what you know to be true, good or bad. And you can still let all of that go and be good, knowing that today is a new day and you can keep it pushing. You can just be like, yo, today's the day. I'm going to get better at everything that I'm doing little by little. So, hey, y'all, listen, that's pretty much all I got. Javier Angula, greetings from Costa Rica. Thank you, man. Yes, Nino Beats, iPad really needs Logic. iPad really needs Final Cut Pro. But honestly, I just wanted to come and say thank you all for all the support. And, as many names as I can. Q, what's going on? I just want to shout out as many people because I don't want it to be a situation to where I just look at you all as numbers and subscribers. But you are people who support me, and I support y'all, and I want nothing but the best. That's why I'm trying to give you my best when I have the time and when I have the energy. So I don't know if I'm going to keep on doing like a whole bunch of reviews. I don't know if I'm going to keep on. But I know I will do certain things here and there, but I really like doing things a little bit more live these days. So shout out to Ecamm Live. It's making it really easy. No, they're not really a sponsor, but they have shown me love. So, man, I promise y'all, man, I do appreciate all of y'all. And I hope that there's one seed that I planted in somebody's head today about either letting go or not forcing, your life. Don't try to bend life to your will. Don't try to force everything. Know what you know in your heart and don't always rely on the things that you've been taught and read or whatever, and focus on your spirit and all the things that you can give to others. Each one reach one. Right on, QQ. So that's it for me today, y'all. That's all I got. I got to run.